How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the SemiAverage podcast. This is episode number 2. Rocking with you today, we got John.
Cade.
And Yesin in the mix.
Just fuck Braylon, right?
I didn't see.
I'm not rocking with you guys this time. Fuck it, Braylon here.
He's hip-hopping in this bitch. Fucking
Hell yeah.
R&B star. August Eslina. We have had to restart this goddamn... So the way that we record this podcast, right, is it's every Sunday from 6 to 8. If anybody listening to this wants to come on the podcast, just tell us. You can come on. We were supposed to have somebody here today, but we just simply didn't text him. Anyway, we record the podcast every Sunday, 6 to 8, right? But really the way that it goes is we talk bullshit, like... In a terrible way.
We get here
talk
and we
bullshit.
just cut up and laugh about stupid ass stuff.
And then the minute that we press record, it's just silence.
Yep.
It's fucking nothing. It's a bunch of fucking nothing. Because me and Braylon talk a lot, and Cade and Yazin don't talk a lot.
Basically.
That is exactly what happens here.
Yeah, perfect example.
Yeah. Whew. It's still hot as fucking here.
Listen, you know what? I don't want to hear that from... All right.
Either of
You know what? You know what? All right. I've called 3 electricians. 3. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
None of them were under $100 to come give us an estimate. Okay?
Tweety.
I'm not calling Tweety. Okay?
I don't want someone to do electrical work on a place while his name is Tweety.
Or doesn't have a certificate.
License, but
I kind of take that back because, like, I would rather have a dude named Scooter work on my car than have
Scooter?
someone named Greg, you know?
no, Greg.
I feel like Scooter and Greg are both good with cars.
No. Greg's not good with cars. Greg sounds like he plays chess and he, like, sometimes works on pools.
No, a good Mitchell. A Mitchell.
Mitchell, but his
Oh.
nickname is Scooter.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about?
You know exactly what we're talking about.
Breaking
I
the
do,
fourth
but I'm
wall,
just
names.
saying. Just saying.
I said Yazin. His name is Braylon.
You ever been to like a mechanic shop and like they got the names on Mitchell? I see Mitchell.
Nah, Scooter.
Scooter.
Yeah. Like Shop Dog.
Shop dog.
Like, you know how you can go to, like, restaurants and request people, like, to be your server and shit? Like, I want to request Gary as my server. Like, I would go to a shop and be like, any random shop. I'm sure this is going to work, like, in 90% of places. Hello, ma'am. Is there someone that works here whose name is Monkey Wrench? And she'll go, oh, Monkey Wrench Johnson. Yeah, he works in the back. He does oil changes and tire rotations. Like, that's just how it goes. There's somebody that just does that shit.
Good old Monkey Rich.
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's like,
I like where this is going.
that's like, what the fuck is that guy's name? To do the radio talk show host, Kid Craddock. Like, is
Kid
that's
Craddock.
not like
That
a
man is
super...
dead.
Wait,
Dude.
what?
Yeah.
Oh
Kid
my.
Craddock is dead?
He's been dead a long time.
You're fucking with me right
No.
now. You're
He's
what?
been dead a long time and they just didn't change the name of the show.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
And now it's just the other people who were on the show with him.
Somebody please talk for a second. I gotta look this up.
Like,
You're lying to
Kid
me.
Craddock.
No.
Kid
I'm
Craddock
just-
in the morning show.
I'm just the bringer of death today, dude. Like, oh my god. Earlier in our scrapped recording, I told them about how Grant Imahara, one of the I can't talk. One of the myth. Someone take it away.
Kid Craddock died in 2013.
Dude.
You're lying to me right now. What?
Kid
You
Craddock.
thought you hear it on the radio and you thought, oh yeah, he's still
He's
kicking.
still there.
Yeah. Well, because, like, you turn on the radio, it's like Kid Craddock in the morning show. And it's like, oh, yeah, I like listening to Kid Craddock. I didn't know he fucking died. That's like, man, what? I mean, I guess it makes sense. Because, like, if Papa John died, I wouldn't expect them to change his name to, like, Papa Jeffrey. You know?
Yeah. God.
Is he alive?
Is who alive?
Oh yeah, he's
John.
Papa John?
Papa
Yeah.
John's alive.
No, he's not. He doesn't do anything with Papa John's anymore, I'm pretty sure. He said some...
He came back and he said that the day of reckoning was coming.
Wait,
So
what?
he got outed, right, for saying racially sensitive words, right? And then was kicked from the company. And they came back
What
getting
racially insensitive words, Braylon?
bad ones.
Are there good
I'm
ones?
setting you up right now.
They got
Yeah.
good
For
ones?
failure.
No, they're all bad. The insensitive part implies they're bad. So, but then he came back and he was like, "Oh, the day of reckoning is coming. The people who did this to me or whatever are gonna okay." And then he said he ate 40 pizzas in 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And
I
he,
know what you're talking about.
He looked like it, dude. He looked very greasy.
You are treat. This man's gonna go on a breadstick binge, and he's just gonna come back just nothing but carb.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But,
But
yeah.
no, Kid Craddock's fucking dead, John.
It's because fuck Yasin, right?
Sorry, we
What?
started at the same time.
Oh no, you're good.
It's called payback.
Take it away, Scooter.
I
Take it away.
don't feel like I'm the Scooter of our group.
You're the
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. I could, yeah.
That's my dad's name. I'm not Jeffrey.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Oh, really?
Sorry.
Like Jeffrey, like Greg, maybe.
What? His name is. Where's this conversation going?
No, like the
Benson.
Scooter of the group.
John's the Scooter.
John
No.
Scooter?
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm
No.
like the. I'm like the Slade of the group.
Fucking weirdo. Yeah, you're Slade. Okay. I'm fine.
I'm the guy that has like 2 full sleeves of tattoos and wears a hood everywhere he goes.
You're the
And I
Jo-
wear sunglasses inside, and my name is Slade. And
You know-
I drink only whiskey on the rocks, sometimes with a lime, because I just like to be weird.
Since we still don't have the
Lime?
camera yet, everybody, like anyone who doesn't know what you look like, you just gave them that image. No,
Well, 99% of the people that are going to listen to this podcast
know.
know us personally.
that's true.
What about Cade?
What about the 17 people in Dallas, Texas that we
Yeah.
just don't know?
Shout
of?
out you guys.
Well, the podcast hosting thing that we use to make the podcast go out on Spotify and all that shit, they give us statistics of like what platform you listen to us on, what kind of phone that you use, and shit like that. And so it also gives us the location of which you listen to the podcast on. It was like 27 people listened to like 40 or 50 people listened to us in Prairieville, and there was like a solid like maybe 17 people that listened to us in Dallas, Texas. For what fucking reason?
I thought they were on vacation. Wait.
There was 17 people. There's just a group of 17 dudes and chicks that are just like, we're gonna go to Dallas and listen to the podcast.
Maybe.
What?
Do you have a better? Can you explain it?
People on the internet just finding stuff, dude.
Or maybe the fucking location thing is bunk. How about that?
Bunk. You think like
True.
they just have it set to saying?
Well, because there's also like people that listen to from like Kansas and Missouri and Kentucky and stuff like that. Like
Why?
it's like one listener from Kentucky, one from Francisville, something or another. Yeah, like Pace, Florida. Just weird
what
places.
about like a different country? Like
If you guys are really out there, we appreciate it.
can someone from China listen to us?
Yeah, the internet is free.
fuck you,
me. Yeah.
fuck you and your free internet, you piece of shit.
Actually, though, other countries like restrict their internet a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was domestic internet and international internet. I don't know.
No, all the internet is international.
I'm gonna
It's
take a
just
boat
some
and go out-
countries ban things.
I'm gonna take a boat and I'm gonna go out to the middle of the Atlantic and use the international waters internet. What the fuck?
Yeah, like once you cross a certain like line, you get access to more videos, and
glad
you go
you're-
back and you lose access to those.
I mean, I don't really. I'm super not knowledgeable on this topic, but like if you go to like the UK and shit like that, like you can watch like Rick and Morty on Netflix and stuff.
Yeah, that's just because they change like what's available based on your location.
I really wish they would change.
But if you get a VPN, we don't have a sponsor, but that would be a good segue. If you get a VPN, which is a thing that like hides your location, you can go on anything, anywhere on the internet.
That's solid.
You really wish they could change what?
Just the shows on Netflix. Just put better stuff on.
Facts.
I have not. I've seen a lot of. This is kind of old and kind of dated.
Go ahead.
I have not seen 365 yet.
Yeah.
I haven't either. I haven't either.
I don't even know what that is.
I have, and I do and don't recommend it. Like,
Isn't there a lot of? There's a lot of.
yeah.
There's a lot of fucking.
I was expecting nudity.
There's a lot of. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
just,
like they don't cover it up. Well, I mean they do, but like they you gotta watch it, see. But yeah,
well, from everything that I've seen, everything that I've heard about that movie, I imagine if I put the show on, right, full volume, and I close my eyes, the only thing I'm gonna hear is. That's all I imagine. I know nothing about it.
and a little bit of
No.
oh no.
That's not what we needed.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. I'm about to say something. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you announced it. Instead of just
prepared.
saying
Speaking
it.
of
Yeah.
Netflix, okay, they took off Friends and they left The Office.
That's good.
The Office,
That's fantastic.
No, The Office is a shitty show.
And you're
Fuck
saying
Friends.
And you're
No.
saying Friends is great?
Yes.
Watch that show without the laugh track.
Yeah, I've heard that before, and
Yeah.
I did.
You
know,
did?
Yeah, I
And it's
cover.
shit.
Yeah, I went. Look, I let them talk, and then whenever the clap.
You see you cover your ears.
Yes, I did. Because you told me, and I still laughed.
Sounds like you're a moron, dude.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Office. I couldn't watch the.
Sounds like you have a terrible sense of humor.
No.
You shouldn't be on this fucking
Yeah,
podcast.
kick me out, and I'll just go play Xbox. I don't know.
What a
That's
great life.
terrible.
I'm kidding. I love being here. Thank y'all for having me.
Hey.
Hey,
Well, you pay-
thank you for putting the money up.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
paid for a fourth of this shit, so I'd hope you'd be happy that we have you here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because we're not going to buy you out.
Yeah.
Hell no,
Definitely
dude.
not.
They also took off Rocky.
Rocky?
All of them?
Oh,
Yeah.
All of them?
Yes, all of them. No more Balboa. I think it took.
What, it just-
no one enjoys that, Braylon.
Dun-dun-dun.
I'll
They
quit.
took off Creed too. They took off Creed too.
Creed's a
Not
really good
Creed
movie.
2, but Creed as well.
There you go.
Creed and Creed 2. They took Creed
What?
off.
I don't know what you're saying.
I said they took off Creed 2, but like
Have you ever
I didn't
seen
mean
Creed?
the second Creed. I meant Creed as well.
But then you said Creed and Creed 2.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
both
So,
Creeds.
okay, so they
So if you add it up, John, they took off Creed 3.
I want to bang my head into a wall right now.
Do it.
You get what I'm saying?
You're right next to one.
Ow!
Dumbass.
Hurting me.
Stop it. No. We're not talking about that.
Mr. Bugs Bunny is a struggling rapist, if anybody doesn't know.
Yeah, so do we want to describe it too?
Go ahead.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so listen, I watched this this animator, I guess you'd say, on YouTube named Meat Canyon, who does very yes, great name, lovely, who does very dark parody animations of lovely kids shows and whatnot. He did one about.
I don't like the way you said lovely describing a kid's thing.
Hey, it matches Meat
You're getting
Canyon.
a Shane
okay?
Dawson, dude. Get fucked, nerd.
Hey. you want me to describe the rest of the story? No?
What?
No, just shut the fuck up. Okay,
You're the one getting me in trouble, not me.
I'm not getting in trouble.
Just go.
I'm good. Anyway,
go.
so he did a he did an animation about Bugs Bunny doing some bad things to Elmer Fudd, which I think is the name of the hunter. And then Warner Brothers claimed it as copyright, meaning canonically that Bugs Bunny is a rapist. So, yeah.
Can you do the thing where you, what were we doing before the TikTok thing?
The chicken joke.
Sure. Do the chicken joke.
Wait,
Yes.
what was I doing before? Oh,
Dio.
she liked the way that I heard.
Can we keep that in? All this? That's awesome. Thank you. That's beautiful. Oh, wait. Hold on. Braylon, don't fuck this up. All right?
Uh-huh.
Down south.
Oh, baby.
Huh, baby.
Make all the girls go crazy.
Go crazy.
Go stupid.
Go up, down to the side. I got a feeling like I love TikTok.
And fuck it up.
Okay, TikTok. Okay, listen, hear me out.
Yes.
TikTok
Yes.
has become Pornhub. Just hear me out. Just hear me out.
Okay.
Okay, you see all these girls and all these guys too. In other words, like, okay.
In other words.
I've never
other
seen a
words.
guy do some thirst shit on my For You,
You got
page.
some
I'm not gonna lie.
you got a weird algorithm going there,
Okay,
Kate.
all right. Look, Yazid looked up like he's seen it too.
Here they go.
No one can see what you're doing right now.
I'm
He hasn't put his
swaying my
hand in
hips.
the, yeah.
Listen, all I'm saying is whatever you see on your For You page,
Yazin, why are you humping the wall?
I would really.
Dude, Yazin, put your pants back on. What
chill
are you doing?
out. He's messing.
I'm back.
Anyway.
Okay, listen. I would like to see y'all's two For You pages.
Oh, dude, it's filled with nothing but anime shit and fucking like
Hey, can we pull
other
something?
dumb stuff.
I've got a bunch
That's
of.
so
I've
Braylon.
got Rocket League.
That too.
The Shine Awkward guy. You know the Buffalo Chicken Pizza. Hell yeah, I got that guy.
Your bud Jesus.
Can we get a painting of Jesus over there?
I thought you were gonna say a painting of that guy. I'd rather that guy.
Can we get a painting of that guy with Jesus behind him?
Can we get
Yes.
a painting of that guy with long hair and a beard?
Dude, Photoshop. Can you like do some magic? Do the Shine Awkward guy, all right, on TikTok, right? Make like his face, but like on Jesus's body.
Jesus?
Yeah, I just gotta download Photoshop.
Why do I feel like this sounds really bad? Like anybody who's super religious,
Yeah,
is like, they
but-
really just say
I
that?
mean, listen. I don't know what I was gonna say. I
all
just said, I
jokes.
mean, listen. Yeah, that's it's jokes.
Just spitting shit.
But yeah, Cade.
All right, what you got? Seriously.
This is how you know that we've been here for so long recording this goddamn thing, because it's just us being like, so yeah, fucking.
You're gonna
can
talk?
anybody else talk now?
No, you're gonna talk. No, I'm gonna.
I was looking at
Who's
Jess.
talking?
It's gonna get better, I promise.
Yeah, it's
Y'all want to hear a joke?
yes.
Okay, hit us with a joke, Yasin.
They've probably heard this joke before. It's not original, but I'll tell y'all. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
Fucking because why, Yazin?
I was, and I wrote it.
Bring a hammer and I'll take a fucking 2-foot long thing of rebar, just hit him across the forehead with it. Wait, I got another joke, guys. Another joke. All right, are you ready? All right. So there were some squirrels that died, and they apparently were carriers of the bubonic plague. So I guess you could say things are getting pretty nutty. You're just
Wait, did he just actual spit take?
yes, he spit a bunch of water.
I wish we had the camera.
Oh my God.
So, you guys want to know something interesting based off that joke that it reminded me of? Squirrels can't die from falling no matter what.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? I will huck a squirrel off of a
Listen. Yes, if you chuck a squirrel, right, it can die from a splat. But a squirrel's terminal velocity is so slow because of how its body is shaped that it can't die from heights.
bullshit.
Like a,
I'm telling you.
like a bug.
Yes, like a bug. Like how aerodynamics
I mean,
are different
think
for them.
about it. How many times do you see a squirrel leaping from tree to tree?
And those fuckers just don't care.
I promise you right now, if we take a squirrel in an airplane and I just go later, boop,
It won't die.
you're telling me that when that squirrel
Terminal velocity, you can't go faster.
I understand.
So it doesn't matter if you're up in a plane or a tree. Just-
That squirrel's gonna fucking die,
Really?
dude.
Well,
It'd have to fall for so long that it starved to death.
I thought you got faster as you fell.
Yes, up to a certain point.
Starved to
Like,
death?
wouldn't it catch like on fire?
What?
Like, you know how like a rock.
A meteor? A meteor?
you get,
Coming into the atmosphere, a meteor? Fucking meteor?
Dude, I know the thought process.
Yeah.
Because I know that, like, you outside in your backyard, like mowing the grass, you look at a squirrel and you're like, that thing's pretty flammable. Like, I know the thought process that you have.
no, like you see, like you know, Superman. Whenever he's coming back
Yes.
down, like he's passed out, he's fallen, and like
Yeah.
he goes, and like he catches on fire. Like, yeah, that.
Or a fucking rocket ship, dude, coming back down from.
You know, real things.
Why'd you have to? Okay.
Oh.
So speaking of meteors,
No, I can't.
right? I can't remember how long ago this was. I don't know why you're pointing at me.
Because never mind. Also,
No. All right. No, I don't know how long ago this was. I'm woefully uneducated about what I'm about to say, and take that as you will. So this was how many years ago? I don't think it was that long, but a meteor came down, and I believe it was in Russia.
Yeah.
Okay. And it hit the ground, and after the meteor hit, that area had. I think it was a couple hundred. Like, it was a lot of people got hospitalized because of it, but none of them were fatal. It was like very, very, very minor injuries, like no fatalities at all. And it was because people, like, they saw the flash in the air, right, of the meteor. So they looked out the window and went, and then the blast from the meteor hitting the ground or something along those lines made the windows shatter, and they got glass stuck in their faces and all that shit, and that's why they went to the hospital. So it wasn't exactly. So it wasn't because like the meteor hit and like it was like the destruction of the rock itself, but it was like people just getting shards of glass from getting hit.
how big,
blast wave.
how big was it?
I already said I'm woefully uneducated.
It's probably
Oh.
most meteors that that actually fall, because like, okay, there's a lot of meteors that come to Earth, but most of them just burn up in the atmosphere, right? Like they get so hot,
Like
right?
I
like
said,
you're talking
yeah.
about, yeah, that the whole thing just disintegrates. So most of them that make contact with the planet are small. So,
Small as in
and
like.
I think I remember the story of that one being pretty small.
Like the
small
size of a car?
small isn't like a big boulder, not boulder, like a big rock. So,
Oh.
sometimes
I'm
up
sure it
to-
sounds fantastic. Somebody's on a Harley outside.
Oh,
I don't know if
God.
y'all can hear it, but it's
Yeah.
just. We're
We
good.
sh-
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so like meteors are hot, right?
Yeah.
Hear me out.
There's some shit that
Meteors-
just got edited out because we were like talking about what we're going to talk about next, and this is a
John,
this is
they
just
would
a
never
shitty
have
segue.
We're taking it back to the hot thing that we said at the beginning of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So bars in general are very hot. We went to Tigerland like the first year in college that we had, which was like what 2 years
It was
ago,
at the beginning, yeah,
right?
a little
right.
bit ago.
Okay.
I meant the beginning of college, by the way. I was just like the beginning of my birth. Anyway,
Yeah,
continue.
It was the night before. Was it the night before? No. Continue.
I don't know when it
So
was.
that for-
Yazin got his heart broken.
Oh.
Hear me out.
Loser.
So I'm gonna let John take over this story because hear me out. Because I'm gonna miss details that are very good when he tells it. So go ahead, John.
I've told this story about 150 fucking times.
There we go.
But basically, right, Kay was trying to segue into the Tigerland stuff because this is just a fun story that we like to tell. So this was like Kate said, like 2 years ago, ish,
2
something
years
like
ago,
that.
yeah.
It was a little hot little minute. But I was sitting at my house. I was hanging with some friends of ours, and Yazin pulls up in my driveway. He's very distraught. He's crying, and he comes in and he's like, "My girlfriend dumped me," and I was like, that sucks. Yeah, it's probably not a good night for you. So I took him on a drive. And as we were driving around, I got a call from one of our friends. I was like, "Hey, you should come out to Tigerland." And I was like, "Yes, that's a fantastic idea. We should go to Tigerland." And Yasmin was like, "I'm not going to do that. I don't feel good about it." And thinking back, right, because I had never and still have not gone through a bad breakup or anything like that. But what?
Real men cry. Continue.
Thanks. Yeah. No, it's
It
for
was a
Nobody
manly-
thinks any less of you now.
It was
Yeah.
a very masculine cry.
yeah, maybe real men cry on your side, but on this side of the table, we have to have monster trucks and screaming eagles and fireworks and explosions for us to cry. And even then, it can only be one solo tear as we're standing on the top of a mountain, all right? Me and Kate are men, all right? We don't have emotions. Jesus Christ.
I got eyes. Eyes. I got.
I'm happy for you.
I got ice in my veins.
I got 10 fingers.
Hey, not everybody has it.
So I was like, Yazin, we're going to go to
Don't laugh,
Tigerland. And Yazin said, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to Tigerland, as he's bawling his eyes out. And I was like, listen, you're going to keep crying for the rest of the night by yourself, or you're going to go to Tigerland with me. And he was like, fine. You know what? I'll go to Tigerland if my mom lets me go. And I was like, all right, motherfucker, game on. Game on. So I took you to your house, and your mom loves me. And I was like, Miss Gigi, Miss Husun,
Oh my.
can you please allow your baby boy to come accompany me to Tigerland? And she said, I don't know about that. And I was like, please, come on. He's just your baby boy. She was like, fine, just take care of him. His heart's broken. He's in a terrible place. And I was like, not as bad as the place it'll be whenever we get to Tigerland, but we'll get there. So I went and I picked up Cade. Cade's always spontaneous. Gotta love that guy. So we went to Tigerland. We got there, and it was after the first football game of the season at LSU. So it was packed as hell because we went to Reggie's because we're freshmen and we just like chaos. So we get there, and it was me and Cade, and then we kind of like forgot that Yazin existed for a moment.
Yeah.
It was like shoulder to shoulder, like it was packed. And the lady that was next to me, this madam, all right, she was a rather hefty woman that is important to the story, okay? She was a woman that looked more like Cade than she did a woman, all right? And then there was a lady that looked more like me than she did a woman that walked up to this lady and goes, "Oh, what are you doing here?" So the Cade-sized lady goes, and like slapped the piss out of that girl. She falls on the ground, beer goes all over me and Cade. Yeah, that was the sound of her head hitting the concrete, I guess. And beer goes all over me and Cade. We're like, "Oh, this is awesome. Whoa, yeah, chaos." And we're like, wait, but like, where's Yazin? We're looking around, and I look up. I look up to the stage, and Yazin has this girl grinding on him, and I don't think I've ever seen you have such a look of distress in your life.
And I don't know. I felt like I felt guilt. I had nothing to feel guilty about, but like I was in that mindset of like, this is foreign. Like, get off me. And like I didn't want her on me. Like I didn't want her on me. I was still like in that mindset of like I was upset. I was
Kind of taking, yeah, no, it's understandable. It's understandable.
Get off me. I told her get off me. She couldn't hear me. I was pushing her off me and then encouraged her.
Because you didn't push hard enough. Obviously, I would have
No.
thrown her. But you like lightly placed your hands on the base of her back, and so she thought that you were just trying to get into it. And she was like, that girl was going ham. She had popping off, dude.
That you was.
So me and Kate had our fun. We were just laughing at Yazin and his misery. We walked back over to him. Well, we didn't walk. We like crammed our way back over there. And we were about to be like, all right, Yazin's in too much stress. We're just gonna like make the girl go away or whatever. And then I see like liquid fly up in the air from across the bar because we're on top of the stage, so we're a little bit higher. And then I see a beer bottle flying through the air like a tomahawk. I was about to say a bad word, but I'm gonna try and stop cursing because I'm a nice guy. So I saw a fucking beer bottle fly across the bar like a tomahawk, and it goes boonk, right on that girl's forehead, and she goes, oh.
And I went, oh, I smell I
was praying in Arabic, thanking Allah for relieving him of his troubles. This is ridiculous.
I took that bottle, but she got off of me.
It only took a concussion for him to be freed of his hard life. You live a terrible life, dude.
I want to find that girl.
Thank her.
Look for the scar on the head. Yeah.
The fucking imprint.
I think we dipped after, huh? We left after that.
It wasn't quite after that. We stayed there for a couple more hours. That's when we met.
yeah.
We met this dude from Azerbaijan. I don't think I pronounced that.
Azerbaijan?
It was a yeah. His name was
rather tall guy.
Yeah, his name is Pocky. Well, kids,
Pocky.
he came to LSU because he wanted to play in the NBA or something like that. And he was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, he's a really cool guy. Anyway, so we were there for a couple more hours. Like, we were sweating bullets. It was so hot.
Kind of like now.
Yeah, kind of like right now. Aha, with the segues. But yeah, it was hot as hell. So we left the bar and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And we go, you know what? This would be a great moment for us to get Whataburger. That'd be a fantastic way to end the night. So we drove back to our city, which was like maybe a half hour away or something like that. We got to Whataburger, ordered our food, sat down. I'm gonna set the scene for y'all. It's kind of important. So there was a lady sitting in the corner of the room, all the way to the right. Her name was like Shalise, maybe?
Shalise?
I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, why do you say it like that? Okay, yeah, sure. Her name is Shalise, asshole. Whatever her name was. All right, fuck that lady. Apparently, says Yazin. And then there were two guys that were sitting like in the middle of the restaurant. Right. One of them was a smaller guy. One of them was a bigger guy. The smaller guy is the guy that I'm going to be talking about in this story. He is the subject of this event. So we were starting to eat our food. And we heard some bum, 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 come from outside. There's two motorcycles that pulled up, they parked. These two bikers walk in. When I say bikers, I mean bikers, like cold-blooded. I would imagine they're cold-blooded killers because they fucking looked like it. They had buzzed heads, they had leather jackets with like an insignia on the back, and they had like hunting knives on their belt loops. Which, by the way, might I add, they were color coordinated. It was an orange knife and an orange insignia. So not only are they like terribly scary people, but fashionably sensible, and I respect
Hey man,
that.
listen. I know some guys who look like that, right? That are the biggest teddy bears on earth. So, don't judge a book by its cover.
Well,
anyway,
they're carrying a 12-inch blade on their side, so.
yeah.
I don't think that was a teddy bear, dude.
No, you
Then
weren't there.
I wasn't there. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
you
just
don't get
saying,
to chime
I'm
in.
just-
No.
You don't get to chime in at all.
I'm sorry. I'll go back to being
Like
quiet.
if he had a scar across his eye and like he had a tattoo on his neck that said like "Rest in peace, my wife of whom I beat" or something like that, like it would make a lot of sense, you know. But there were two bikers, right? One of them smaller, the other one's bigger, just like the two dudes that were sitting down in the restaurant. The smaller guy is the guy that I'm gonna be talking about. So, smaller biker walks over to the counter that the other people are sitting down at, and he goes, "I thought that Dodge looked familiar," and so I looked at Yazin and Kate, and I was like, "Oh, these guys must be friends. Like, what a small world. That's crazy." So the guy that was sitting down, the smaller dude, goes, "Oh, you want your one? I'm going outside then." And I was like, "Sounds like I'm going outside too. I want to watch this shit." So I stood up, and the dude that was sitting down did not make it to the door. He walked around the bench that he was sitting on, or like the booth, and the biker just goes, clocked his ass, hit the floor. I'm talking a brutal beatdown. I don't know what the context was, what their beef was, where the hate was coming from, but man, there was some fire.
That little dude tried to claw He tried to climb under the tables and he tried to get away.
The
Poor
biker
guy.
grabbed the dude by the back of his belt and pulled him out from underneath the
It
tables.
was like a scary movie.
John was like,
Jason
"Oh yeah,
ripping
there's a
him out
fight
of there.
going on." Me and Yasmin were like,
Oh,
They were just eating their fries. Like we were terrified, kind of, because we didn't want to get shot. But like it was a cool thing to see, nevertheless.
and Chelsea, what's her name? Shalisa?
Shalise, I believe.
She was just. I think she was. She worked there, huh?
"Yeah."
Oh, she worked there, huh?
Yes.
Sorry, guys, I wasn't.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't work there. We talked to her afterwards. She was having just a bad day or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Now
I
I kind
know.
of feel bad. Yeah.
I mean, it probably made her day a little bit more exciting, honestly. She probably enjoyed it. Anyway, so the biker was beating that dude up, like mercilessly just beating the absolute piss out of this dude. Like he just had a breath of life left in him.
He never got a hit on him.
No, he didn't.
Not one. Not one.
No, the biker's, his knuckles were like drenched in blood. The dude that was getting his ass whooped was laying on the ground. Okay, I don't condone the use of this word whatsoever, but for the purposes of the story, I'm going to say it because it fueled the thing that comes next. So the guy that was on the ground that just got the shit beat out of him stops. And he looks up at the biker. Like the biker took a breathing moment to stop, like not murder this man. The guy on the ground looks up and he goes, I don't know how to say it. Faggot. All right. So let's dissect. Let's dissect this moment here. All right? Braylon.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's say you are in Whataburger and a biker comes in, starts beating the piss out of you, right? You are now on the ground, bloodied up, like there's a pool of your
Of
blood.
my blood, yes.
Yes, on the floor, right? You look up at the biker who just now stopped
Just
beating you.
beat the fuck out of me.
Yes. What is the one thing that you don't say? That exact word. What? Okay.
yeah.
What should you say?
You should say nothing and just.
I would apologize.
Just say,
apologize.
"Please
Bro.
stop." Like,
yeah.
Nah, you gotta
Yeah.
stand up and send him to the goulash.
Son.
Oh my God.
Tell him, Cade.
I don't want to tell him.
You know, the crazy thing is, okay, he said goulash because one of our other friends started saying that for gulag on.
Gulag, not gulag. Wait, is it gulag or
You're an
Gulag.
idiot.
Gulag.
Anyway,
We're all morons.
one of our other friends started playing.
I would have stopped
Warzone.
listening to the podcast by this point.
Really?
Probably. Keep
Why would
going.
you say that? Though?
Asshole. Anyway,
What? No, it's not your fault.
I know. Anyway, so Yazin, who sometimes struggles with foreign words, right? And his pronunciation of them.
How insulting!
What a
I know.
shot.
Why are you
Tell me I'm
saying
wrong.
foreign words? He
Tell me
fucking
I'm
lives
wrong.
here. He's lived here since he was like 3.
Gulag is a Russian word.
Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm the asshole.
Anyways, so Yazin was saying it right, and then our friend started playing with us saying goulash, and now Yazin and Cade both just insist.
Goulash. I'm used to it. Anyway,
goulash.
get
Yeah.
back to the story, John.
I forgot where I was.
Okay. Well,
He said the
beat
word.
him.
He said
Can
the
somebody else pick?
bad
You
word.
you guys were here. Yes, and pick up where I left
I'll
off.
pick up where you left off at, John. So I'll tell y'all what happened. I don't know. I have bad memory. But he, after that, he continued to beat him and beat him and beat him, and then I think they threatened to call the police.
No, you missed the part about the
I wasn't even there, and I remember this part.
like after he called him the word.
Oh, whenever he was like,
Like, I will kill this man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he threatened to kill him. Then they called the police, and he said like, I don't, man, John, you okay? I got this.
You just need me. Jesus
Yeah, I do need
Christ.
you.
I will
have bad
tell y'all
memory.
what happened. I don't remember what happened.
But yeah, he looked back and he was like, "Oh, call him. I don't care. I already served my nickel, dime. I don't know, 5 years, 10 years. Is that?
What?
Yeah. Anyway, he didn't care.
What?
He continued. It doesn't matter. He continued to beat him up, and then he started kicking him. I think.
Do you remember the poor phone?
But that was
Oh.
after
No.
he beat him up. So he continued. He beat him up some more.
Jesus Christ.
And then this man looks up at us. His face is completely red. So he walks over. The guy that did the beating took his phone. He said, "Whose phone is this?" Guy points to the guy at the ground. He goes, "That's his phone." And then he just slams it on the ground, breaks his phone, and then he walks out, sits on the curb. Did I skip anything, John?
Yes.
What did I skip?
The what? It's like the most important part of the story, I think.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
The dude,
Yeah.
there's one person left. Like after everyone leaves, there's one guy left.
The guy that mops the blood.
No.
God, you tell the story.
This man's thinking logically.
You're talking about
Oh my
okay.
God,
So
the
what
headphones.
John was John's talking about?
fine.
Okay, the bigger guy, the friend.
The
You
guy
want me
that
to pick it
said
up?
I would have helped. But,
Yes.
But
Why did you? What?
What?
Because he's
I'm
trying
sorry.
to,
told
he's
you
trying
we
to pass
both
the mic around.
Scolded because apparently I talked too much last podcast.
No, you're
I
good.
apologize.
I don't know the story like you do, so you tell the story.
That's why I said.
All right.
Go.
I'm gonna pick up. So the dude said the bad word. All right, the bad
Yep.
derogatory term towards homosexuals. Okay, he said that word. The biker stops, looks up, like he's like twitching with like anger, like he couldn't believe what was going on, as could we, because that like why would you say that? And the guy looks down, and he looks back up, he looks back down, and he goes, "I will kill this man. I will murder him where he lays." And me, Kate, and Yasmin were like, "Fuck yeah, like take that knife off your belt and stab him." Just feeding into the chaos. I'm just joking. We don't condone murder. Anyway, so the dude, like, he hit him another 3 solid times. Another, like, I will never forget the sound that it made. It was like, if you can imagine a giant slab of ham.
Oh, I was about to say that.
A giant slab of ham,
In
right?
a boat paddle.
A boat paddle?
Yeah.
I think more of like a baseball bat. Like
bat?
a wooden baseball bat. If you take like a dead pig and you hang it from the ceiling, okay, and you take a baseball bat and you just go whap, whap, whap. That's exactly what it sounded like. Yes,
Question.
Braylon, you have your hand up.
Can it be a cow?
No, it's too girthy.
Damn.
You know,
okay.
I think a pig is closest thing to a human being. So yeah.
Huh?
What?
What?
I think a monkey is closer to...
Anatomically?
No. The meat, like the
Oh.
the what's it called?
The not consistency, but like
Anyway,
I know what you're talking
Anyway,
Sure.
let the mega thing.
so the dude, he hit that guy the last 3 times, and then his buddy was like, "Oh, they called the cops. We gotta leave, man. We gotta go." They called the cops, and so the dude backed off, and he pointed at the cameras and goes, "You see those cameras right there? That's what just happened. That's what just happened. Didn't make any sense, but in the moment it sounded cool." So the biker that the dude came with grabbed a phone off of a table and he goes, "Hey buddy, is this your phone?" And the biker that just got done beating the shit out of the guy on the ground goes, "No, it's not my phone. That's his phone." So the dude that was holding the phone goes, "All right," wham, and slams that dude's brand new phone on the ground. I don't know if it's brand new, but I imagine it to be because it makes it a little bit funnier for me. Slams the phone on the ground, which means that not only does that guy have a broken ocular bone and a concussion, but now he also has a shattered iPhone 6S. So sucks to be fucking that guy, right? So the 2 bikers leave. They walk out of the building. The cops had just pulled up, so they couldn't leave. The dude that was laying on the ground was like, damn, like he looked around, he had no idea where he was at. That man was in a different fucking time zone, right? He got up, he walked outside too because he wanted to go talk to the cops. So there was one guy left in the building, and that was the bigger guy that was sitting down. He was, it's like you guys,
The guy who got his ass beat's friend.
yeah, exactly. That guy was left. And me, high five. Me being me, right? I can't contain my energy like that. I'm a very sporadic guy. So I wanted to scream. Like, I wanted to freak the fuck out because I didn't understand. Like, I needed to process what just happened. And that guy looks at me. So the only thing, I was just like, man, that was insane. That's crazy. And he stops. Like, he didn't blink this entire time, by the way. He's fucking insane. He walks over to us very slowly, leans in and goes, "Bro, those were the sons of silence. You don't want to fuck with them." And then, still not blinking, backs up. Not turns around and walks out, backs away like a Batman supervillain in the middle of the night, gets to the door, opens it, then turns around and walks outside. That door closes, and I scream because I can't contain my excitement. There's blood on the floor. There was a dude that walked by. He had a mop. That's what I was trying to talk about earlier. He had a mop and a mop bucket, and he goes, "I hate my job."
And John's at the
Like
corner.
he's done it before.
Exactly.
Y'all just see that?
We came
yeah, we
back.
did.
We came back like 2 weeks later because we were like, "Oh, they do have cameras." We were like, "Hey,
Roll the clips.
Yeah, we're like, "Were you there whenever there was a fight?" And he goes, "No, man, but I looked at the video." And I was like, "Can I see it?" And he was like, "Bro, maybe," because we were talking to the manager. I didn't get to see the video. It's just kind of disappointing.
We saw it live.
We even went back like a couple days after,
think
and we
about
asked another manager, and he was like, "Yeah, I can't show you all that." And I'm like, "Dang."
As if we didn't see it live. Like we were
Yeah.
on the camera, man. Look at that.
You have the video, John. Just think about it.
I don't have a video. I have my eyes.
In your
In your
mind.
mind.
I don't like your third eye bullshit that you got going on right now.
Couch 5. Let's go.
Couch 5.
Hell yeah.
Catch 5. We started a thing. Oh, speaking of beating,
What up, Cade?
Are you about to talk about Braylon and his
Braylon-
previous girlfriend?
yes.
Aw.
Braylon, okay, listen.
So,
I want to hear
I
this.
wasn't at that store at Whataburger or at the bar.
Can we preface this for a moment? So that Braylon does not get sued or anything like that
For
for defamation.
defamation?
Yeah. Braylon has had multiple girlfriends and multiple women have beat him. This does not pertain to one singular human. Braylon has had many apartments with many different women. Yeah, Braylon gets beat a
Oh,
lot.
we're going like full in depth with this right now.
Can
Just
we?
sending it? I mean,
Do
yeah.
you want to?
Yeah, fuck it.
Let's do it.
This is about to
So-
get kind of dark.
So yeah,
Strap in. You're
we're
about
going
to learn.
from holy shit, that's crazy, that guy got beat, to oh my god, that's so sad he got beat. Anyways,
This is where the podcast is picking up. People, I guarantee somebody got that story and they're like, I don't want to listen to this anymore. And they hear Braylon's about to get beat up and they're like, never mind, I'll turn the volume up now.
fuck that guy. Let's see what happened. Okay, so as you guys heard, I was not at the previous story. I was not having a good fucking time because I had ignored my friends and gotten in a relationship with this girl and prioritized her repeatedly over them forever.
You're goddamn right.
And then basically, you know, they just drifted out of my life. And then they tried to come back into my life later at some point. But I was so invested in the terrible relationship that I like ignored them again further.
Probably shouldn't
So-
do that to anybody listening. It's bad.
Yeah, bad practice.
Yep.
Learn from my mistakes. Don't get beat.
Don't be a simp.
Would you call not wanting someone that hurt themselves being a simp?
Oh my god.
Oh.
It's like a 90-degree turn.
Yeah. Anyway, themself and you, but. So yeah, you know, college starts. Not talking to any of my friends anymore. So yeah, I remember the day my life changed, guys. It was just me and said female partner in an elevator, and another girl gets in the elevator with us, and she gets off the elevator before us, and then female turns and looks at me and says, "Oh, did you see her?" Now, I heard those words, those exact words, many more times after that point, right? Those were the first times I heard them. She did not mean, "Oh, did you check her out?" which is what I assumed she meant, of course, you know, like a normal thing. No, did you physically see she was there? No. Yeah, I saw she was there. She didn't enjoy that answer. Got very upset. Said that I shouldn't be looking at other girls. Stayed with her for 2 years, and it just slowly progressed to worse and worse to where, oh, yeah, you know, I'm looking at the ground now anywhere I walk. Bad times. So, yeah, she started hitting me at some point. Her hurting herself, threatening to hurt herself, hurting me. I never,
It's going dark.
yeah.
Bravo 6.
Going dark.
Went dark very long time. So, yeah. And then I came back, and now I'm here.
That's
Bad story.
you're grossly oversimplifying that story.
Oh,
Braylon.
yeah, but I mean, I'm not sure what details to include. And
What about the like cartoons?
oh, yeah, no. The extent of the insecurity was not just to real life women. It was movies, animated or real, like, live action movies. I vividly remember many times being in a theater just staring at a fucking wall instead of watching the movie.
Because a girl.
Because there was a girl on screen, yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like a bad time.
Yeah, like I said, not having a good time. Never had a good time.
It's okay.
You missed a very important part, which is you were abused.
Yeah, I kind of like glossed over it. Eventually she started like lightly hitting me when she was upset, right? And I was like, oh, I made a big deal out of it at first. I was like, why are you doing that? And she's like, she'd downplay it and be like, oh, I didn't even hit you that hard, or I didn't hit you at all, blah, 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 blah. And then it just slowly progressed over the years to slapping me clean across the face a couple times, punching me in my chest and shit, repeatedly hitting me.
Well, one thing that I'll say though, So like, there's a good thing about dating Braylon that I will say is, if you ever have the chance to get to know Braylon in a loving way, right, in an endearing way, that one of the benefits is that Braylon will eat your ass.
He's not done, folks. He's not done. Let him finish.
Because Braylon will eat your ass, eat your vagina, and eat your punches. So,
Hell yeah.
I'm sure somebody's gonna watch this and be like, "He just made fun of domestic abuse." No, I didn't.
Anyway, guys,
I made
listen.
fun of Braylon getting domestically abused, and that's fine.
And
because
I'm okay with it, and I was the one hit, so shut the fuck up. Okay? Okay. Yeah.
I was told to stay quiet.
But
Dude,
now,
you can talk. What? The
now I'm back, guys, and I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. The big sad is gone.
The big sad.
Yeah, also known as depression.
You named the period?
No. Just the depression.
Braylon had a redemption arc.
Yeah.
The big sad.
You named your period. Shut up.
The era.
Yeah, hell yeah. This is your editor, Braylon, in post-production here. The last 15 minutes or so were not quite up to semi-average standards, I'd say. We'd rather the podcast stay as high quality as possible for you guys, so we're just going to scrap that part and leave the rest in there.
Okay, we're coming up on around the time we should probably stop. It's not really as high energy as it was last time. I don't think it's probably gonna be a good bit shorter because this one is not as high quality as Braylon will put in post. But nevertheless, thanks for rocking with us on this episode of the SemiAverage podcast. We gotta count this shit down.
Let's do it.
You know it, guys.
1, 2, 3. Down south.
Cue the outro.
That's it.
You got me.